so welcome.
I'm very pleased to be here tonight in front of the honorable audience of Toastmasters and to today's speech of Yuri. Because he said me before that he did this speech and he wanted to improve it step by step. Nevertheless, I will try to evaluate it from grammar point of view, from oratorial, and from Toastmaster point of view. First of all, I do like in his speech that this was enthusiastic speech, and the speech which inspired us to develop some of our positive creatures. Nevertheless, the title of the speech was pretty unusual. Do you know what does it mean? Probably not everybody knows. So you need to check your diary or your dictionary. I explain you that freaks or geeks, these are people who are unusual, who are very strange. Very strange. They are not only people who like some hobbies, but the people who are very special. For example, they like computers, they like gadgets, they like sports, they like girls or boys, but extremely too much. They concentrated only on something very special. That means freaks and geeks. And this is terminology, pretty new one. That terminology appeared probably in a recent 25 years, so if you check Oxford Dictionary. So, Yuri didn't explain this point, and he used these two words only in the end of his speech, because his conclusion was pretty short. He said, please, you can be freak or geek. Instead of that, he could create the title of his story like, please, you can have your bugs in your mind, because he used cockroaches probably 6 or 7 times during his speech. Cockroaches were not appropriate, or maybe appropriate because it's quite a funny word here. What about his speech? His gestures were pretty nice, very appropriate. He used it frequently and fluently, so very nice. His introduction was perfect, body pretty large, but conclusion very short. Nevertheless, I also noticed that what means freaks and geeks in common sense. In a common sense, for instance, I would like to add not be only freaks or geeks. Try to be more enthusiastic. Try to develop your creativity. To keep your passion and compassion. That means to be not only freak and geek, but be enthusiastic and compassionate personality. And what else? For example, you use different examples, and you try to use it, for example, explaining that such people like Beatles, Bill Gates, Einstein, they were very, very unusual people. Do you know why they were unusual? Everybody try to think about it. For example, you should explain why they were or when they were unusual. For example, Bill Gates, he didn't get university degree, but now he is honorable university professor of several universities in States, even without his basic of higher education. Or what about Einstein? I'm not quite sure. Einstein was a very creative person. Yes, by the way. And also, if some people now, they say, some school children they don't like botanicists in their schools, they might be probably like freaks or geeks. Not always. But even botanicists, they can be future Einsteins. Why not? That's about, for example, and that's why maybe you use such a global example. Very simple example, like for example, do you know about Poplawski? He was the best student in his school? Not at all. He was on the lowest degree, and even his mother just presented some chicken for his teachers to buy just degree. And he said it honestly. Why not? If you're just compassionate about your future, you can sell even just chicken to get a degree. And that's to raise some funny examples. That's a very good idea, I guess. Nevertheless, the creation of your speech, you were very, very enthusiastic, and you tried to persuade us to be creative, enthusiastic, and compassionate. And also maybe where and why we can be freaks and geeks in our own hobbies and our own interests and our own great ideas. Don't try to hide it, but try to present it. Maybe visiting Toastmasters and share your ideas with Toastmasters eyes to eyes. Thank you. Good luck.
For table topic evaluate.